It is October 6, 2025, 4 p.m. The Heritage Preservation Overlay District Commission will hold a special meeting. First item is to call to order and announce a quorum present. It is 4 p.m. and we do have a quorum. Item B, Citizens Forum. Anyone here signed up to speak? Okay. Item C, regular session. 1, discuss, consider, and possible action on the meeting minutes of October 7, 2024. Yeah, it was a while ago. Okay. If there's no discussion, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next item, discuss, consider, and possible action on approving a conditional use permit regarding 0.2930 acres of land known as Lot 4R, Block 11, original town of Joshua, County of Johnson, Texas, locally known as 107 North Main, Suite A, to allow for the use of an indoor amusement family arcade. And we do have Aaron online. Aaron, if you'd like to start.
Okay, the property, can everyone hear me good?
You're good to go.
Okay, the property is platted and zoned in the Heritage Overlay District. The conditional use permit is to allow for the use of an indoor amusement family arcade. The purpose of the conditional use permit is to allow for review of uses which would not be appropriate generally without certain restrictions throughout a zoning district, but which, if controlled as to the number, area, location, or relation to the neighborhood, would promote the health, safety, and welfare of the community. In your attachments in the packet, the owner has provided some development standards, a site and floor and elevation plans, and the arcade concept plan. And I believe the owner is present, so if there's any questions, feel free to ask.
There, if you want to open it up for you.
Ducky's Revenge.
Would the owner like to say something, explain? Okay. And would you state your name and address?
My name's Douglas Hampton. I'm one of the owners of Ducky's Revenge. It's a family arcade that is, you may not be familiar with some of these that are around DFW, but took a lot of inspiration from one that's in Haltom City called Electric Starship Arcade. And they kind of bring back a lot of nostalgia. There's going to be a lot of 80s and 90s arcades mixed in with more modern day arcades that are more collaborative. Like for instance, like a 4-player Pac-Man that you sit down at and you're playing each other at this thing, you know, so it's not just your standard, if you remember like a Galaga or something, we might have one, but it's also going to be these other ones. We're really into pinball. We've been trying to open this for about 3 or 4 years. In the meantime, we've been doing rentals, pinball rentals for different businesses, and we host tournaments at my house, pinball tournaments, which I'd like to do here, along with hold tournaments on other machines that could be competitive if they want to be. And we want to be a location that is a Stern Army location. In pinball, the new ones, there's Stern, which is a company. And what they do is if you are a Stern Army location that holds tournaments, they give out prizes from the company and stuff, and you get first dibs on new pinballs, about buying them and things. So we're really that's the thing that we love the most. Let's get that perfectly clear, is pinball. But we're going to have other things that kids are going to want to play, you know, shooting games, racing games. In the front of it, we will be beer and wine. We're not going to have a full bar. We're not going to be a liquor bar, just beer and wine. And we will serve food. It's going to be concession style food, hot dogs, nachos, things like that, candy, sodas. And we're hoping to utilize the back area of this place too to hold birthday parties. And it's the ones that we model this after. They do really well on the weekends with birthday parties, and it's going to give people of Joshua You can keep some of the money here instead of them going into Burleson and going to a place like maybe Main Event or or different places like that where it's going to cost them an arm and a leg. I'm going to have a more affordable option for a family to have a birthday. And that's just with food and everything. It's just going to be a little more affordable than those places like an Alley Cats. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that would be it. Am I missing anything? Yeah. We're really happy to be here. I'm from Joshua. I grew up here. I went to school through here. My mom was a teacher for 38 years in Joshua. I was a counselor for 10 years in Joshua. My business partner, Trey, we grew up together in Joshua. My wife works in Joshua ISD. So we're invested in the community, and I'm really happy that we ended up here. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and I can explain further.
Any questions?
Do not.
For directionally challenged people, is this going to be the continuation of the restaurants, like between
Yeah, so this would be right. It'd be connected to the brick house.
brick house?
Yeah, we would actually share the same grease trap as the brick house.
Okay.
But that's the great thing about this location is the bare bones of this location is awesome. And it's kind of already set up to what we need it for. Even the layout when you walk in, where the bar, where you could. So something revolutionary about our company that nobody else does is I'm not going to charge you to play the games if you don't want to. Most arcades do. The reason I'm able to do that is if you walk in that location, there's the bar area, and then it has this hallway and it opens up and that's what the games will be. So if you're a guy that wants to watch a college football game and you have your kids, you would more than likely choose my spot because you could come in and watch your game and only your kids could pay to play the games, and then you're there, and you have something that entertains your kids. So that is a little bit unique to us that nobody else does that has this kind of things they charge everyone. So I think people will enjoy that aspect that, if they don't care about that, they could still come in and hang out. Yeah.
How are you going to separate the?
It's people playing the games versus people that aren't.
No, you have a party room in the back.
Yeah. So
If I remember
the coffee shop, if you look at that building, that's where they kind of held their kitchen, right? And so the kitchen equipment that's back there, there's a little, it kind of looks odd, but for us it's perfect. There's a little section right behind the bar. That's where we would do our kitchen. And then that back room,
Gotcha.
what I would like to do is instead of building a wall there, because we don't necessarily need a wall, is we can just have like rolling partitioners, and when people rent that out, you half that area, and then the other half is where we store our games that we're working on, because these games go out all the time.
Okay.
Okay, and even the new pinballs, they're not as bad, but they do little mechanisms and stuff. So you want to be known as people that don't have broken down machines. You want to get them off the floor and replace them with something else.
Thank you.
Yep.
I don't think it'd be a great addition to downtown.
I think so too. I really do. I think people will really like it, and I think the passion that we have with this kind of stuff will come across when we're doing it. We visit them quite a bit. I've drugged my wife into a million of them, and my kids and stuff. So yeah, it'll be a smaller thing than like a Cidercade or a Free Play, if you're familiar with those. But those are like, Cidercade's like a Walmart of arcades, and that's not what I want to be. I want to be more like collaborative with the community and hold tournaments and stuff, which they're not doing.
I said it's a great addition, what you guys are bringing. We've already got a sports bar, a couple other restaurants, what you guys are kind of bringing to the kids are great. Not just kids. Yeah,
Adults, yeah.
Yeah, and that would be the thing too, is like the nights that we're open late, all these arcades, and we would be no different, is at a certain time, I'm not gonna allow people under a certain age like they would. So for people who are older and they wanna have a night where it's like a date night, or they're coming to, there's not gonna be, there's a time for the kids to run around and stuff, but I also wanna have a time for people when they come in, that it's not just kids everywhere. And plus, I do think after a certain time, those kids don't need to be in there that late at night anyway.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, I'll take a
Thank you
motion.
all.
Make a motion?
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
There you go. I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, then we will adjourn at 4:10.
Good enough.
Short and sweet.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank y'all.